The voice of sharing. Durian Asian.
Welcome back to Durian ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing. We are back with Paranoid City.
Hey,
yes.
Yeah.
So, well, tell me more about, well, it could be a bit more serious, but we can make also quirky, about the local scenes in the Philippines. How would you describe it and how has it been evolved so far?
Music scene.
Well, the music scene in Manila is very, very diverse. You have a lot of different genres, from folk, metal, indie, rock, alternative, EDM.
Even hip hop.
But are there any
hip-hop,
trends nowadays? Like,
Trends.
Yeah, a lot of younger
Oh
budding
yeah,
musicians
yeah,
follow.
there is. There's been a
A
trend
lot
for
of
the past
talented.
2 years where young kids have been overshadowing bands their age, people their age, because they're just so good.
They're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good in playing their music or instruments, and I think it's because of the rise of the internet. You know, it's easily learning how to do stuff is more easy to do
During the
rather
day.
than
Compared
you know
during the day.
compared to during the day. All I had was like
Song hits.
listening to the radio. I'd record it on a piece of I recorded it on a cassette tape
Yeah.
and listen to it all over and try to
The
figure out the
chords.
chords and stuff.
Right.
Today you can just Google it, but at the same time, there's also this because of technology, recording your material is easier, learning your instrument is easier, and the availability of different music has also been more advantageous
I see.
for the kids as compared to guys their age. All they had were the genres that the local labels were throwing at them.
So are there a lot of platforms for these budding musicians to perform
Oh, yeah.
nowadays?
Yes, yes, yes.
Actually, right now, there are a lot of sold out
Yeah.
indie band
Yeah.
related
Yeah.
gigs
In
the
Manila.
Philippines.
Actually, not even in the Manila, in Philippines
yeah,
itself.
but in Manila, in particular, some indie shows like get 800 people.
Yeah.
yeah.
800 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
Like
that's
this concert.
insane.
Yeah.
And that's
Minimum.
an indie band.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indie band.
That's an unsigned band.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of
And-
following
Yeah.
right now.
And in addition, I think young kids, especially when they turn themselves into music, and it's like at an early age, they already have a packaging for example, they want to enter like metal music, they'll do it. For example, one guy will enter EDM music, they'll just do it. So
That's
fearless and so passionate.
Wow. How about you, Eric? You've got something to say?
Well, I think what the big part of the diversity of the music in the Philippines is because of the help of the different production houses.
Oh, yeah.
Big
There are
thank
different
yous.
production houses. They have a lot of followings. There's a niche for this kind of music. So although we have a lot of music indie artists,
Yeah.
the reason for their fame probably or their popularity is because of the help of the different and
Support.
good performing production houses.
Yeah, production houses like
So-
the now defunct.
It's like saying there's this production house is really getting more followers. So it's when you get invited, it's like a privilege and honor to play for that
right.
production houses. Unlike probably before,
Yeah.
we only have one or three. Right now, there's a lot of production houses that creates or makes.
when he says
Yeah.
production houses, he means music bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really music bars.
Yeah,
I
like
mean
the
production
yeah.
outfits.
Production. Yeah.
Production
The
outfits. Band.
Productions,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Like
organizers.
Revolver.
Big
Organizer.
promoters.
Yeah.
Yeah, promoters.
there you
sorry.
go.
Oh, I
They
see.
create the demand already.
Oh, really?
It-
The music appreciation level in the Philippines is already really high. Because I remember when I just took a taxi, even taxi drivers started singing already.
Yeah.
Everyone
It's-
sings there.
Yeah, it's normal for us Filipinos to sing. I can't explain it. It just is. It's just like that. You
In
know,
the
like
Part of you, right?
yeah, it's part of the culture. You know,
Yeah.
we have a very big love for karaoke, very big love for pop
Dancing,
music,
yeah, pop
for
music, yeah.
dancing,
Yeah.
It's
For
very-
performance arts. You know, even myself as a kid, because I grew up in Brunei.
Oh, Really?
Yeah, I grew up in
Oh.
Brunei, and we'd go to Miri and Bintulu from time to time. But at an early age, I was very interested in performing arts, like plays and whatnot. And my parents were always supportive. And I think it's because of that. The Filipino cultures, Filipino parents support what their kids want to do,
Really?
as long as they, keep up with their studies and,
Yeah.
And yeah, we were programmed to sing
Yeah.
since we were
Programmed to
little.
sing. Yeah.
Because during family reunions,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you go sing in front of your
Your relatives. It's like if you happen to watch that,
and
like,
we'll give you a prize like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so you start singing these
So you were
cool
conditioned
songs.
to
Yeah,
perform.
we're
Yeah.
mentally conditioned.
even my dad usually scolds me. For example, if I do not follow the rules. For example, playing the piano. Mistake. Pak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, my next question to you guys is: we talk about the local scenes here. I mean, it's in the Philippines. So how would you describe the era nowadays? Because I'm sure in the Philippines, you guys must have like rock era, metal era, underground era.
Yeah.
But this, how would you describe
I-
it?
I
Is it
would-
more like a
more
songwriting era, or
It's more open.
We're diverse.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
diverse. Open, really
kinda hard
open.
to explain it.
I'm,
But one way of explaining it, because of the diversity, musicians have been more, because of the different platforms available. A lot of musicians aren't really that dependent on labels or getting a deal anymore, because getting your music out as easy as Kiki got Spotify, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube, here and there. So artists have been concentrating more on the art and the passion rather than if it's gonna sell or not.
oh really?
So there's no more there isn't any more strict formula in writing a song. They're gonna artists nowadays, especially in Manila, think about how they actually feel and what they actually want to say, and they disregard if it's gonna sell or not.
It's
So
like
it's more honest.
Yeah, total
now.
freedom.
Yeah, there's more freedom and there's a whole lot more honesty.
But again, if you want to make this music
Yeah.
as your career, wouldn't that be challenging? Because you also need to think about your income.
Yeah, like
and your
sustainable.
sustainability.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called having a job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
So you guys have a day job.
Yeah.
I mean,
and-
there's four of us, and three of the people here present in the room have day jobs. 8-Bit is actually the only full-time musician.
well, yeah, I
Yeah.
kind
Oh, what
of
a
stuck
challenge.
with
Here's
the
the
less
family,
traveled route.
a wealthy family.
No, no, no.
Better cars.
It's revealed.
No.
Lifestyle of the rich and famous.
I'm also a member of a local mainstream band
I
called
see.
Tanya Markova, and they are a mainstream band, so we kind of depend on playing gigs and like that. Yeah, it's not really economically stable.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we always do it for the love.
Yeah.
So yeah, after all the blood, sweat, and tears, all we ask in return are just applause from the
In
audience.
terms of like populations in the Philippines, how many are there they're carrying out this as a full-time career? Or is it always like really we need to have a like day job to sustain our music for passion? Or
Right
love?
now, at the top of my head, I can only name
A few.
like 3, 4
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Four
So
people
there are many people.
who are full-time musicians. And when I say musicians, I mean like they're in rock or indie bands, because we have pop stars, and they do it full-time, and it's awesome. Good for them. But for the musicians who want to concentrate on their art, I can name like 3, 4
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And the rest have day jobs or other stuff.
Or
Right.
maybe some of them live at their parents' attic.
Which again is very advantageous, because not having to depend on playing music in order to eat or to live. Again, it makes your music, your output, more honest, more passionate. So
That's
there's
also
more freedom.
Very true.
Yeah, there's no music executives running down your throat, asking you for the next hit.
So Paranoid City just shared their experiences as well as stories of what's happening in Manila, the Philippines, the music scene itself. What do you guys think about all this? Do you guys have comments from different regions in Southeast Asia? Comments are always welcome. Now you're listening to Drian ASEAN. I'm Grace Cho. Stay tuned with us.